Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Shashmita. We have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will easily be able to log in using your Gmail ID. And once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this URL. And there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section in this application. You will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Under Crack Current Affairs, you will be able to see multiple options. First one is Current Affairs English. We upload the day-to-day basis news in the English format. And apart from English PDF, we also provide them in Hindi format. And this Banking Awareness, we upload a PDF every month. So this PDF will contain the banking news, banking and the finance news of. So this PDF will contain the banking news, banking and the finance news of that respective month. And current affairs exam PDF will have two categories. One is that most important news of that particular month will be uploaded in this current affairs exam PDF, and also exam perspective PDF will also be uploaded. If you see for SBI PO, RRB or RBI, in all these, next is special CA. This will contain union budget, economic survey, and also the most important events that had taken place globally as well as nationally. Like for example, G20 events, Olympics. And next most important is topic wise. So the entire news of that particular month will be segregated into different topics like obituary. Next, and in order to recollect whatever you've read, we also provide you with topic wise quizzes. Apart from that, we also provide state current affairs. Now, here if you see, we provide you with the day-to-day PDF, and this we provide you with the weekly PDF. So that particular week news will be compiled into a PDF and in question and answer format in English, and will be uploaded here. And to enhance your learning, you can also, to enhance and strengthen your learning, you can also attend the quiz. Here we provide you with the entire news of that particular week. But here we provide you with the entire news of that particular week. But here we take the top 60 most important news and we upload it in this PDF in question and answer format. Apart from weekly, we also provide you the monthly ones. This PDF will contain detailed view of that particular month news, and this will have a brief format of the same news. This will be in the form of a question and answer format, and this will have the top 100 question and answer of that particular month. We also provide you with the PIB news on a day-to-day basis, which you can go and read in these particular tabs. Apart from that, we also provide the union budget and economic survey. You can also after reading the PDF, you can also go and attend the quiz. This is available under special CA category. We also provide state level current affairs. So this will be very helpful for students who are preparing for state level exams. For example, if you are preparing for Tamil Nadu state level exams, then you can click this tab and you will be able to see all the current affairs or news related to Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, we also provide PDF from the exam perspective. Suppose you are preparing for RBI assistant mains, then this tab will contain 5 to 6 months of current affairs, which has high probability of being asked in RBI assistant mains. Similarly for SBI PO, RRB PO, clerk mains, all these are being given under this section. And also we provide separate content-wise, topic-wise current affairs like national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, MOUs, and committees and meetings. All these different types of news are segregated in these particular categories. Hello students, welcome to our new initiative. In this initiative, we will be uploading the weekly current affairs on banking and finance section. So this will be uploaded on every Monday. And so on the whole, per month, you will have totally 4 videos related to this topic. And apart from just providing you with the banking and finance news, we also provide you the conceptual explanation so that this will enhance and also strengthen your knowledge about these topics. Today, we will be covering October 4th week banking and finance awareness news. Moving to the first news. The first news is about the census recently released by RBI. So this is census on foreign liabilities and assets of Indian direct investment entities for financial year 2024. So this census has been released by Reserve Bank of India. In that, it has stated that USA, that is United States of America, has been the largest source of foreign direct investment in India, and it's followed by Mauritius, Singapore and UK. So remember this, first is USA, then Mauritius, Singapore and then UK. So if you see that the total FDI in India has increased by 23% compared to the previous financial year, and also there has been more fresh FDI inflows into the country. So if you see generally in a census, so if you see in case of social economic census and all, who will be the participants? It is generally the households. Similarly, in this census, the participants are entities. So, out of the total responding entities, 97% are unlisted as on March 2024. So if you see, out of the 41,653 entities which responded in the latest census, 37,407 reported foreign direct investment or overseas direct investment in their balance sheet for March 2024. So out of this 37, 29,000 had also reported in the previous census. That is, even in the previous census, they had received foreign direct investment, and only 7,481 have newly reported in the current term. So if you see, out of this 37,000, 29,000 had already received FDI in the previous financial year also, and 7,000 had first time received this FDI in their balance sheet. So out of this, if you see, more than 75% of the companies that reported inward direct investment, they were subsidiaries of the foreign companies. So the foreign companies had invested in their own subsidiaries only. 75% of the companies were subsidiaries. Remember, this is a very important point. So this census generally talks about the FDI investments. And non-financial companies constituted for approximately 90% of the total FDI. And if you also see that data from the RBI census showed that unlisted entities registered a growth of 17.5% in the FDI, and the listed entities, they have shown a growth of 29%. So unlisted have shown 17% and the listed, they have shown a growth of 29%. It further showed that foreign subsidiaries in India, they have strong hold on external trade linkages. This is because export and import constitute for around 35% and 31% of their sales and purchase. So the foreign subsidiaries in India, they have strong hold on the external trade linkages. It's mainly because they have a huge portion of their sales and purchase constitute exports and imports. Next is the manufacturing sector. It accounted for 50% of the total FDI. And also they have been investments in service sector also. So it mentioned that information and communication, financial and insurance activities in the service sector, they were the major recipients of the foreign direct investment during the financial year 2024. And you know that governor is Shaktikant Das. He is the 25th governor of RBI. RBI was established in 1st April 1935. The next news is about GDP forecast by IMF. So the International Monetary Fund, it has released its latest World Economic Outlook edition. So in that, it has retained the already predicted GDP forecast for India, that is 7% for financial year 25 and 6.5% for financial year 26. And in case of global growth, it has decreased its projection to 3.2% from 3.3% in its previous projection. That is, this is only for financial year 2025, and it is 3.2% which it had already projected in the previous edition itself. So remember, 7% and 6.5%, and in case of global growth, it is 3.2% in 2024 and 2025. And in case of advanced economies, it is 1.8% and 1.8% for both 2024 and 2025. So in case of emerging market and developing economies, it has projected 4.2% for both 2024 and 25. And similarly, it has projected the global headline inflation. It will decline from 6.7% to 5.8% and 4.3% in 2025. So remember, the main thing to remember here is the inflation, which will be 5.8% in 2024 and 4.3% in 2025. Similarly, it has projected India's headline inflation rate at 4.4% in financial year 25 and 4.1% in financial year 26. In the comment section, tell me what is the inflation rate projected by RBI for financial year 25. So what is the inflation rate projected by RBI for the financial year 25? It has also mentioned about the global debt in this report. So as per this latest report, the global public debt is expected to reach around 100 trillion, which is 93% of the global GDP in 2024, and will approach 100% of the global GDP by 2030. So if you see these questions and all, it cannot be asked in objective. There are very light chances to be asked in the objective. So you can use this data in your subjective, in your descriptive part. So this will help you gain more marks. And key findings, other key findings of this report is that, so according to this report, USA and China are the main drivers of the increasing global public debt. So the report has estimated that in a worst case scenario, the global public debt could be 115% of the global debt by 2026. And also, according to this report, for advanced economies, the maximum amount the debt can be is around 134% of its GDP. In case of emerging economies, it can reach up to, that is the debt can reach up to 88% of the GDP. Remember, in case of the global public debt, it is expected to be 115% in the worst case scenario. Similarly, for the advanced economy, it is 134%, and for the emerging economies, it can reach up to 88% of the GDP. Next news is about the NDS-OM. NDS-OM. What is this NDS-OM? So this is the negotiated dealing system order matching. Negotiated dealing system order matching. So it is a screen-based electronic anonymous order matching system for the secondary market trading in the government security. So if you want to buy shares of any companies, you can go to the stock market. In the stock market, you can put the buy order and that will get executed. Similarly, what if you want to buy the government securities? In that case, you have this NDS comes into picture. So this NDS-OM is a platform where we can buy the government securities. This platform is owned by the RBI and this was launched in 2005. So this Government of India, in this platform, the Government of India issues bonds, T-bills and state development loans in this platform. So if you see, there are certain extra entities can now participate in this NDS-OM. So if you see, the Reserve Bank of India has expanded direct access to its NDS-OM, negotiated dealing system order matching electronic trading platform, to a wider range of regulated entities. So previously, if you see, if these banks wanted to buy from the T-bills or the government securities in the secondary market, they have to buy it via an indirect system. That is, if RRB, in this case, it has been extended to RRB local area bank, right? So if previously if local area bank wanted to buy, then in that it will have partnership with an entity which has direct account in this NDS-OM. So this will be an entity which has a direct account in this NDS-OM, and this entity will execute the order on behalf of this local area bank. This is how it was executing until now. So if you see now, this trading platform is available to a wider range of entities such as RRB, local area bank, NBFC, including HFC. The new guidelines have enabled the entities to either gain direct access, permitting them to execute transaction on the NDS-OM, or opt for indirect access in partnership with an entity that holds direct access. So these are the two options available. So now if you see, RBI has specified that direct access to NDS-OM granted to an entity is not transferable. So whatever access is being granted to an entity, they cannot transfer that right to any other entity. And also RBI has the power to add new conditions if the entity is found to violate any provisions. So RBI has the right to add any new condition. And also the foreign institutional investors and the corporate companies are still not having direct access. They can only continue to access the secondary market via the indirect access to the NDS-OM. Next is about a report called Worldline Report. So according to the Worldline's report titled India's Digital Payments Report for H1 2024, the UPI transaction, that is the total number of UPI transaction, it has increased from 51 billion in the first half of the financial year 2023 to in the first half of the 2023, not financial year, first half of the 2023 to 78 billion in the first half of the 2024. So remember, it has increased from 51 billion to 78 billion, which is around 52% increase, which is very, very huge. The value of these UPI transactions has also increased by 40%. So the volume has increased by 52% and the value has been increased by 40%. So if you see, these are all digital related data. So if you want to, if there is any essay on how is the digital economy in India or what is the digital penetration in India, then you can use these data. This will substantiate your answer. So major key findings of this report is that increase in deployment of point of sales. So you know that when you go to a merchant place or to a shop, you will have a POS machine, right? So swiping machine. So you will provide your ATM card. He will swipe. The merchant will swipe it in the POS machine, and through that the amount gets credited to his bank account. So this is the purpose of the point of sale equipment. So that has also increased by around 17%. And if you see, the major driver in this point of sale is the private sector bank. The private sector banks topped among all banks in India in terms of the point of sales deployed with 80% of market share. This is very huge. So out of the total number of POS available, 80% are deployed by the private sector banks, and followed by the public sector banks accounted for 18%, and the foreign and small banks, they have very negligible amount of market share, that is around 1%. Next is decline in average ticket size. So the average per UPI transaction, it has decreased from 1603 to 1478. In case of P2P, that is person to person transaction is around 2836 and person to merchant transaction is around 643. The top UPI players are PhonePe, Google Pay and Paytm. They are all together, they account for 94.83% of the all transaction by volume basis. Next, the card in circulation. So the report noted a growth of 11% in terms of the number of cards in circulation. The top 5 issuers of credit cards are HDFC Bank, SBI, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank and the KML, that is Kotak Mahindra Bank. And top 5 issuers of debit cards are SBI, Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, Union Bank of India and HDFC Bank. So in this case, if you see, they may ask you which among the following is not one among the top 5 issuer of credit cards. So they might ask these kind of questions. So remember the top 5. We have launched a new course called Static Banking Awareness course. Now this course will be helpful for students who are preparing for the banking exams and for the regulatory body exams. And also recently you would have seen Paytm Bank in news frequently. So when an aspirant reads this news, he would have ample number of questions like what is a payment bank, what are the norms for it and which is the committee that has launched it. So this Static Banking Awareness course lays a foundation to the current banking and finance news. Now, you have to download our Careers Cloud to access this course. Once you have logged into our app, you can go and click this all courses icon and then you'll be redirected to this page. In this, you have to go and click the Static Banking Awareness course and under the details tab, you will be able to see a brief about this course. And under the part tab, it will contain all the contents, all the topics of the contents that are currently available in this course. We are working on this continuously and this will be completed within 2 months. Under the free tab, you can go and access one content, that is the origin and development content, for free. You can go and read this content and have an idea about this course. After reading this content, do attend the quiz that is also available under the same tab. Now, our team has allocated ample amount of time and resources to curate this content. We have created this content from various books and from various verified websites. Our content is better than any book that is available in the market. This is because we update this content on a dynamic basis. For example, there are currently 39 DRTs that are available in the country now. In future, if one more DRT is created or added, then it would become 40. So we would update this content on a dynamic basis. But in case of books, you have to wait for the next publication for this updated content. Nowadays, a lot of practical questions have been asked in the banking exams. For example, how many public sector banks are available on the stock exchange? Which is the payment bank that is being listed on the stock exchange? So, we try to cover as many practical questions as possible in this course. Apart from this, we also provide you a question bank that will contain around 3000 questions and the previous year questions along with it. We also have a dedicated tab that will release the important RBI notification and the frequent news released by the RBI. You can use this code B15 to avail 15% discount. This is one of the highest discounts that we have offered until now. So do avail this code B15 while you purchase the course. The next news is Ujjivan Small Finance Bank has received RBI approval for foreign exchange services. So it has received approval from the RBI for foreign exchange services, enabling it to offer a range of forex products and services. It has received AD Category 1, that is Authorized Dealer Category 1 license under the Section 10 of the FEMA Act 1999. So if you see, there are 3 types of AD categories. So the first one is AD Category 1, 2 and 3. AD Category 1 banks, they can carry out all current and capital account transaction as per the RBI's direction. In case of AD Category 2, they can carry out only specified non-trade related current account transactions. And also they can carry out activities permitted to full-fledged money exchanges. So remember, it is only specified non-trade. This is important to remember, specified non-trade related current account transaction. Here AD Category 3, they can carry out specific foreign exchange transaction that pertains to their business or activities. Only if it pertains to their business or activity, only those type of foreign exchange transaction can be done. So if you see, comparatively more power is there for AD Category 1 because they can carry out all current and capital account transactions. Next news is that RBI approves Piramal Payment Service Limited, a subsidiary of Piramal Capital and Housing Finance Limited, to set up a prepaid instrument service called Piramal Pay. So we know that what is prepaid instrument. Here in prepaid instrument you can store the money before in hand like a wallet or something, and then you can use this for payment, either to make it to the merchant or something. You can make the payment from this instrument, that is prepaid instrument. First you upload the money into this PPI and then use the money for any payments. So prepaid instruments are digital payment methods that allow users to store money electronically and use it to purchase goods and services. PPI are also known as prepaid cards or stored value cards. The next is about news is about Incort Global. So Incort Global, which is a Singapore-based company, it has become the first firm at the GIFT, that is Gujarat International Finance Tech City, to obtain a BATF license. What is BATF? Bookkeeping, Accounting, Taxation and Financial Crime Compliance. So what this mainly does is that it will help the international clients to enter into the market in a seamless way. So, you know, there will be a lot of procedures before entering into the Indian market, right? These international clients will not be aware of it. So, they will help them be aware. They help them to even comply with the processes. So, it becomes easy for them. So, it aims to ease the entry process for the international clients into the Indian market while contributing to the GIFT city's growth. So, BATF regulation, it aims to align India's financial service standards with the global norms, ensures compliance with the international standards, and safeguards against financial crime. These are the various rules, various things that are done by the BATF. The next is that Citigroup. It has partnered with the MasterCard, which is an American multinational payment card service, to enable 24/7 cross-border payment through the debit cards. So if you see, currently this will be available in the 14 receiving markets across Europe, Asia, Africa, Latin America, and also this will be available for domestic transfers in the United States of America. So remember, it is Citigroup and MasterCard which has partnered. And the purpose is cross-border debit payments. Next is IOB launches IOB Mahila Shaksham scheme. So this scheme has been launched to empower the individual woman SHG for entrepreneurial activity. So this is an initiative under DANRLM, that is Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission, which is an initiative by the Government of India. The very important flagship initiative by the Government of India to improve the to provide financial assistance to the individual members of the women SHG. So to empower the women SHG, this scheme was mainly introduced, and also this IOB scheme also aligns with the Ministry of Rural Development's Lakpati Didi Yojana. So this is the ambition to create more than 3 crore women, to make them earn more than 1 lakh per year. So that is the main ambition of this Lakpati Didi Yojana. So about this scheme, if you see, women, they can avail loan minimum of 75,000 and maximum of about 10 lakhs. And the repayment tenure is, if you see, 60 monthly or 20 quarterly installments, including moratorium period. So the moratorium period maximum is about 12 months. And the MD and CEO of IOB is Ajay Kumar Srivatsa. The headquarters is in Chennai. Next is that Bank of Baroda has introduced a new deposit scheme called BOB Utsav Deposit Scheme. So this is a 400-day period term deposit scheme. The tenure, interest rate, if you see, it is 7.3% for the general public, 7.8% for the senior citizen, 7.9% for the super senior citizens, and 7.95% for the non-callable deposits. Non-callable deposits mean these deposits cannot be withdrawn before the maturity date. Only after the maturity you can withdraw it. Before that you are not allowed to, and you cannot withdraw the amount. This is called as the non-callable deposits. Next is about IRDAI. So IRDAI, that is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, it has extended the timeline for the implementation of IFRS. So this is a standard. This is a reporting standard. So if you see, International Financial Reporting Standard Regulation by the financial year 27. So first, initially IRDAI had told that I will implement this IFRS by financial year 25, but now it has requested for the extension. So now this will be implemented by financial year 27. So this IRDAI was constituted in 1999 as an apex body to regulate and develop the insurance industry in India. Later, it was incorporated as a statutory body in April 2000 under the IRDA Act 1999. So, it works under the Minister of Finance. The chairman is Debashish Panda. Remember this? Next is that Shakti Kantan Das, the governor of RBI, receives A+ grade in the Central Bank Report Cards 2024. So if you see, this is the second consecutive year that the governor has received this award. So this has been placed, the governor, that is Shakti Kantan Das, has been placed at the top of the list of the 3 central bank governors. So the other 2 central bank governors are Denmark's Christian Kettle Thomsen and Switzerland's Thomas Jordan. So remember the names, it is Denmark's Christian Kettle Thomsen and Switzerland's Thomas Jordan are the other 2 central bank governors who have received this award. Next is that Assam and ADB join hands to restore the wetlands. So the Assam government, in collaboration with the Asian Development Bank, it has initiated a project which is called, in short, SWIFT, which means Sustainable Wetland Integrated Fisheries Transformation. Remember, it is Sustainable Wetland Integrated Fisheries Transformation. The budget is 796 crores to restore around 129 wetlands, and then which will cover an area of around 3,800 hectares. So the total budget of the project is 796 crores and this will restore around 129 wetlands. So from the total outlay, 80% funding will be from the ADB and 20% from the state government. And also these wetlands have been geo-mapped by the Assam State Application Center. Thank you for watching the session. I hope you had enjoyed it. We're also available in Telegram under the name AffairsCloud_official. We also have an Instagram handle. Apart from this, you can contact us directly on 9677333862 regarding any courses that we offer or regarding any payment issues. You can contact on directly on this number. Thank you.